Welcome to the Top Listing Agent Show, the place to be to stay on the cutting edge of what it takes to sell more homes in less time. Each week, your host, Chadi Bazzi, will share with you the best skill sets, systems, and strategies so you can become a top listing agent. And now, let the show begin.
Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. First of all, I want to begin a little bit differently this week, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos and commenting and engaging with us. And for those of you who have left us new 5-star ratings and positive reviews on iTunes, I really appreciate you. Let's keep the engagement going, because that's what gives me the fuel, the drive to come on each and every single week and just give you my ultimate best. So today I was going to record an episode on a completely different topic than the one I'm going to do for you right now. And this conversation was triggered by one of my one-on-one coaching clients by the name of Ricardo. If you are in the Top Listing Agent Facebook group community, then you've seen me introduce them over there. And if you're not already a member of the community, you definitely want to go to toplistingagentgroup.com and join the community absolutely for free. So Ricardo is someone I've been working with for a while, and the majority of his business has always been business that he nurtured. For example, go out door knocking and build relationships and nurture the people over and over and over again until they were ready. And by the time they were ready, he had already established such a strong level of rapport and such a good relationship with them, to where there's been that relationship that's been built. So it was like a no-brainer for people to just want to work with them. And or whenever you go on a repeat and referral kind of business listing presentation, guess what? There's no competition there. It's a done deal. So those were the majority of the listing appointments that he's gone on in the past, and took 100% of them. So his closing ratio was like 100%. But one of the things that I've been preparing him and working with him on is, like, in order for us to do a little bit more business, we got to diversify, and we got to go, new avenues of generating business. And he started doing so. And regardless of where this deal that we're going to talk about right now came from, what ended up happening was he was in a scenario to where he's now competing with three other agents. And if you know anything about me and my coaching and the training and everything that I do, I'm all about lead conversion. I'm not really about lead generation, because I think that's a very simple thing to do. I'm all about lead conversion. How do we take somebody from a no to a maybe? How do we take them from a maybe to a yes? How do we get them to only want to work with us and no one else? That's the no-brainer training that I offer. And so I've been working with him on his listing presentation, developing his listing presentation. And sure enough, he's in a situation to where he's on a listing presentation and close one time for the signature, didn't get it. Close again for the signature and didn't get it. And close again for the signature and didn't get it. And as he's sharing this with me, and I'm like, well, first of all, Ricardo, you sound like Chadi with Ricardo's voice, because he's like literally saying everything that I would say at the listing presentation. So I'm still like, all right, there's got to be more to the story, because he's already closed 3 times and he didn't get the listing. So he closed again and still didn't get the listing. And the objection literally was, we still have 3 other people to interview. We want to do our due diligence, interview those people, and we'll call you back. Okay? So heartbroken, homeboy leaves, gets in the car, blah, 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 etc. And then magic. You know me, I'm a big believer in magic. Magic happened. He's a few miles away from the home. So if you do the math, less than 5 minutes after leaving the home, about to get on the freeway, he gets a phone call. He answers the phone, and it's the seller. And the seller's like, Ricardo, we thought about it for the last 5 minutes. We're not going to interview anyone else. Come back. Let's sign the contract. That right there is like, I mean, if you're ever going to leave a listing appointment without getting a contract signed, you and I both know it's pretty much over. But if you're ever going to leave a listing appointment without a contract, then this should be the perfect scenario. I want the people to feel like they just made a mistake. But how do you do that? You do that by using the Chadi B listing presentation. Because that's what we do. We psychologically trigger people to think exactly the way we want them to think and do exactly what we want them to do and think that it was their ideas to do all the things that are being created. Now, we're not doing that coming from a place of manipulation. We're doing that coming from a space of influence, because who we are the most ethical agents in the marketplace and the people that do the absolutely best of what's in the best interest of every single one of our clients. So now, why did Ricardo able to create that? I'm going to give you a free question, okay, which I've shared in a previous episode, but it's one that most people take lightly and don't really ask, where in my opinion, it's one of the most important questions that you ought to be asking. And the question is, Mr. Mrs. Seller, tell me specifically what is it that you are looking for in a real estate professional like me. Now, when I asked Ricardo, why do you think you got the listing? He said, it's not what I think, it's what they told me. Well, Ricardo, what did they tell you? They said I was everything that they were looking for. And I was like, was this by default or was this by design? It was by design, because he asked the question, tell me specifically, what is it that you are looking for in a real estate professional like me? And guess what showed up? Exactly what they were looking for. And that's how he got the listing. And that's how you will be able to nail every single one of your listing presentations. So let me give you a couple tips. Should we talk about this or no? Z's on the other side of the camera right now. Should we talk about like closing ratios?
Sure.
Okay, so I've personally been on, let me get the numbers. 13 presentations. Okay, 13 presentations in the last 1 week. I've been on 13 presentations in the last week, and out of 13 presentations, I converted how many? 11. 11 out of 13. So if you do the math on that, 11 divided by 13, 84.6. So that's like 85%. I like that number better. Okay, 85% conversion rate. Now, I'm not bringing this up to brag or anything like that. I just want to inspire you that when you have a winning formula and you use the winning formula in anything that you are selling, it doesn't matter if it's a coaching program, if it's a training program, if it's a pair of shoes, if it's selling yourself to somebody to date you, go out with you, selling your children on cleaning their room, etc., etc., etc. It don't matter. It's the same exact formula. So guys, listen, here's the formula. Number one, create a deep connection. Create a deep connection with people. Become a good listener, very active listener. Find out what they want. Get them comfortable enough to tell you what they want. Once they tell you what they want, get them to talk about what is important to them about wanting that. What will that ultimately do for them? Get them to engage, like alter that state of mind, alter their emotional being in that moment. And then when you've gathered all that information, just show them how you are the solution. Same thing for working with buyers, same thing working for sellers. This is the winning formula. If you really want to look guys, just go to toplistingagentwebinar.com, do yourself a favor, attend a 45-minute webinar with me. let me show you how to take it to the next level. There's absolutely nothing there for sale, so you have nothing to worry about. And I think this pretty much completes this episode. So Ricardo, thank you very much for inspiring me to share you with the world today. Awesome story. Congratulations to you for beating out 3 other people. And a lot of my clients are doing the same exact thing. Dan Forbes in Listings on Demand just sent us a message last week on Facebook saying he went out, he competed with 3 other agents, and he got the listing, and he called the other 3 agents saying, hey, bring your buyers, etc. So guys, big focus. I've been talking about this. Big focus is master your listing presentation. Master your listing presentation. That should be your focus right now. With that said, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. Bye-bye.